Hey everyone, happy blessed Tuesday to you. It has been a while since I have done a video, and I wanted to talk a little bit about your devices. What are you using? What's your technology savvy? And what do you do about all the glitches? I have a new phone, and I realized in my new phone I have special lighting, which in my other phone I didn't have. And it's important to have the right lighting, the right background. I am working on getting a backdrop, but I like to work in the environment in which I can showcase and show off my merchandise. I'm going to just kind of switch gears here just a minute, because it's important how you showcase your service, your product. Talk about who you are and why you do what you do. I come from a family of entertainers. I come from a family of arts and crafts type people. My aunts were florists, and many of school afternoons I spent in my Aunt Sarah's shop learning how to wrap flowers and how to make bows. And then later on in life I worked for Michael's, and I worked in their floral department, and I've always had my hand in some type of sewing. I've always had my hand in art. My grandma was a wonderful seamstress, and we always talked about fabric and stitches and threads, and those things are important. All those little things that don't mean so much when you're growing up, it's later on. All the things that you have stored in you and all the things that you have learned that you can turn around and you can make money with. I have a lot of women who come to me and they say, I'm not artsy, I'm not crafty, I don't know what to do. Well, in my coaching groups, we talk about how you did grow up and what your environment was like, who had a hands-on approach in your life. You know, maybe I'm fortunate. My mom worked for our news affiliate, and as a little girl, before my mother passed away, I ran backstage in our newscast room. You know, I ran under the lights, ran around the news desk, always was taught not to be afraid to talk, be presentable, be image ready. My grandma, who was a seamstress who raised me and my sister, you know, she put us in the best of clothes, and she did want to make sure that we were perceived in the right light and in the right image. We were her dolls, and she did want to dress us up, and that carried on into my life, because image says so much about who you are. You don't get that second chance for that first impression, so you always want to make sure that you are camera ready, image ready. And although it is not easy to speak in public, it is not easy to do these videos, it is not easy to go live at all. I had so many glitches yesterday with Facebook that I wanted to literally throw my phone out the window. But because it's a new phone, I would not do that. And I stumble over words all the time. I stumble over words as an artist and as all my other entrepreneur artist types. You know, your mind goes a million miles a minute, and your mouth sometimes overloads with words because your brain is going faster than what you were able to speak. And we talk about in my class, my coaching sessions, good content. What is it that you want to talk about that's going to make a difference to your viewers and to your people? In my classes that I teach, there's the owl painting that is behind there. That is one of the paintings that I do teach in my class. You know, in all of my classes, I talk about perspective, and I talk about perception, and I talk about looking for shadows and looking for those things that normally you wouldn't find beauty in, but there is beauty in everything. There are mistakes in everything, and it's how we take those mistakes and we tweak it to make it work for us. Like life, you know, nothing is easy. You need to work for everything that you had. You know, bad things happen to good people, and you take those experiences and you let it shape you and you let it mold you, and you dig deep and you find all of your talents that are within you, all the things that you learned when you were young that now you can carry on into your life to make money at. And in my coaching sessions, again, we talk about how to build a blog. We talk about camera ready, image ready. We talk about hair, makeup. We talk about all those fun things that women like to talk about. We talk about what business you would like to start. You know, let's write an outline. Let's talk about the idea and let's get it on paper, because sometimes you have the ideas and until you put it on paper, that hand-eye mind coordination that I like to teach in all of my classes, it applies to when you go to write your outline for your business plan. You know, we talk about what you can write on your blog. We talk about how to build a website. When you're first starting out, you do not need to invest $1,500 into having someone make and build a website for you. There are a lot of free entities out there that I can walk you through the steps. If you're in the St. Louis, Missouri area, you know, you get me for 2 hours at $65. If you want to do a video chat, we can do it for $35 an hour. If you want to take a painting class, it's $45 per person. If you do a group painting, you get yours free, provided you have 7 paying guests. If you want to take the floral design, it is $45 a person. Unless you have 10 at minimum, then the price goes down to $35 per person, and you learn composition, you learn floral placement, you learn how to make bows. We talk about design, we talk about color and color theory, because color means so much. So right now I'm getting ready to do a floral class. I will be selling my t-shirts at a vendor and art show that I have coming up in October. I would love to come to your state. Where are you at? Do you have a group of women that need to be mentored, that need that inspiration, who need that, how the story started and what got them to that point where now they want to go on to something else? You know, as a speaker, I love coaching women. I love being an inspiration to women. You know, we each have a story. I know, and if everybody's been following me and seeing my other videos up on YouTube and over on Facebook, you know, I was diagnosed with a chronic leukemia in 2013. The man that I had been involved with for 8 years pulled the rug out from underneath my feet, had somebody move in behind my back into his house, and everybody else in our crowd knew it but me. I was the last one to know. So on top of being sick and heartbroken, going through some crazy health issues, the job that I was working in was not a healthy environment, and I needed to restructure and I needed to change my life. And here I am. It is 2018. We are almost through the end of the year, and I have a t-shirt business. I teach floral design. I teach painting classes. I have a new website. I have 2 websites now on top of the blog that I write, and we talk about priority. We talk about how you can work your business in with your family. When my 17-year-old came home yesterday, I was in the midst of finishing up the florals, and I'm home. I am home for him. I have been home with my kids. It is easier to do than you can imagine, and I would love to be able to help you. I would love to be able to come to your state, to your city. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're in the area, reach out to me. You can email me at kitrynmarie@gmail.com. You can see all of my work at kitryn-marie.weebly.com. You can see my new website at kmgraphicapparelandart.weebly.com. You can go and see all of my writing at imperfectionsmadebeautiful.blogspot.com. I just got back from a fabulous 8-day trip. My guy and I, we were able to go to New Orleans. We were able to go over to Pensacola, Florida. You know, I can take my business anywhere with me. I can sell my merchandise anywhere. I can write on my blog. I can take whatever devices and technology that I know how to do and take it with me. We will be going to Philadelphia the weekend of November 10th. We will be there for 4 days, and from there we go over to New York. If you're in that area and you want to meet with me, you know, send me an email. Let me know where you are. Let me rearrange a schedule for a couple hours, and let's have a meet and greet, and let's talk about what you want to do. Let's talk about your desires and how we can get you started on that next plan in life. So for those of you who don't know who I am by now, I am Kitryn Marie, and I am an artist, I am a writer, I am a speaker, I'm an entrepreneur, a life and a business coach, and I show women how you can take your talents and your creative abilities and you can make money with what you know how to do. It's so important to get those side hustles and those side gigs going. There is no better time than right now to do all these fabulous things. Let's finish out 2018. Let's give it a big hurrah, and let's start 2019 on the right foot and getting you in the correct direction. So be happy and be blessed. Be thankful for all the things that happen in your life. Life changes like this, and you want to make sure that you are on the right side of the coin, making the right choices for your life. So I will see you real soon. Please feel free to follow me on all of the social networks. Share any of my videos. Like me on Facebook under KM Designs, A Writer's Mind. You can find me on Instagram at Kitryn Marie. I hope to see you real soon. Take care. Bye.